Welcome into Hey Coach, a Christmas edition. This will be the last episode that we will air until the new year. So Merry Christmas to you and your family. As today we're going to have Coach Stephen Force, we're going to have Coach Kenny White, assistant boys soccer, and then Coach Cofield is going to join us, talk a little bit of golf as we enter into preseason, I guess, for golf, if you will. But Coach Force, last time we were here, your girls, we talked about the stretch that you had with Brookhaven and prep. Took care of business in a fast and furious way. You go and you beat Jackson Prep 51-31, and then you take care of Brookhaven Academy 65-28, and then that Park Lane game was 60-39. So you've scored in bunches.
I believe it goes back to when we played Choctaw Central here about 4 weeks ago. After that ball game, we did not play very well. We did not play up to what I considered the standard we should be playing in. We had a long talk that night. Then we had a couple of practices that were, very tough, very, very understanding that we've got to play better. And since then, we went down to Biloxi after that and played really well against Hancock, and then played well against Biloxi, but got beat, but played well. And since then, we've been playing really well. We came back and played JA and played well. Then we played Hartfield. And then last week, it just seemed like it clicked defensively for us. We were really guarding extremely well. And it just seems like things were going our way. Defensively, we were doing a good job. We started making some shots. We had not been shooting the ball particularly well the first 10 ball games of the season. But since then, they've all have been shooting the ball a little bit better, especially from the outside. I know that we hit 9 threes against Park Lane.
Wow.
I think we hit 8 or 9 against Brookhaven the other day. So the girls are shooting the ball better. Defensively, they're starting to pick up on some things we're trying to do, and it just seems like we're playing really well right now. We're banged up, though. We're trying to get over some injuries. The girls are playing through them. This exam week has been good for us because we've gotten a little bit of time off. Practices have not been as long due to exams.
Right.
So this has been a good week for us, and we got a tough couple of games coming up.
Yeah, when you talk about shooting and the girls shooting, I know a lot of times they're in the gym early in the morning. You have the shoot away up, and how many shots are they getting up? And what's kind of your goal for that? Just to get shots up, or are there certain spots on the court that they're looking at?
Well, it's kind of tough to get a lot of shooting in during practice,
right?
Because we're doing so many team-oriented things, and so getting individual shooting up, it's kind of tough. So we used to do it a lot of 6th period when we had girls in study hall, but now we have our 2 junior high classes combined, so there's not an open gym. And look, I always said years ago, I said, if you want to be the best, you need to make the habits that the other kids aren't willing to make.
That's right.
And coming in the morning is one of those habits. So I try to encourage the girls, look, if you want to get some shooting in, that's when to come. So
is there a set number or just? No,
it's just, it's just whenever the days are available, when we can get in there, the girls that want to get in there, we'll get the shoot away up. And they'll usually get, 200 to 300 shots up in about 45 minutes with that shoot away. And, 200 to 300 shots is a lot of shots just once a week. But when you've got a couple girls that try to get in there once or twice, and even in the off season, sometimes 3 times a week, you start getting 500-600 shots up a week. That's a lot of shooting for a young lady, and that can really develop them and really get their shooting a lot better. And we try to keep some of the girls that are doing a lot of the shooting in the gym. They're encouraged to come a little bit more often. So we try to keep them in the gym and get some shots because we don't get as much shooting in practice as you might think.
Yeah, I knew that from just hearing other coaches talk. Like practice time is practice time to work on. Maybe it's a 1-3-1 half court trap. It's your press break. It's stuff like that, so that you're trying to get ready for a game. The shooting kind of comes on your own.
Right.
Getting in the gym, being a gym rat, stuff like that. All right, we're at the end, as you talked about 3 seasons. We're at the end of this first season coming up here shortly. So you're going in, and you have Heritage Academy this Friday on the 19th. And then on the 20th, you have the BASA versus Neshoba Central. And then you close it out with the Dragonfire Classic, which y'all play every year. And then we're done for the Christmas holidays. What are your, hey, let's finish. I know you said you're banged up. Ann Wiley Moore is one that was banged up, and now she's out for the season. So you lost one of those spark plugs at point guard. What are you looking for in these last, say, 3 to 4 games as we enter the Christmas break?
Well, this week we've had the exam, so we hadn't been able to practice much, and we've got Heritage coming in here on Friday. Should be a game, not a real tough team. They're kind of down right now, so it should be a game where we get out there and kind of knock some of the rust off from not having played in a week. Everybody hopefully will get to play, and then we turn around on Saturday morning in the Bassa, which is a very nice showcase tournament put on at St. Andrews. There are a lot of the state's best basketball teams playing. I know that we're playing the Neshoba Central, but the only other girls game out of, I think there's a total of 9 games throughout the day. The only other girls game is Starkville High School versus Laurel, which is probably the number 1 and 3 teams in the state of Mississippi. Wow. And I believe us and the Neshoba Central, according to Max Preps and some of these other rankings, I think we're both in the top 10. So a couple really good girls matchups. That's a really nice tournament. Some of the best boys' talent will be showcased that day. Our boys are playing as well. I hope we can go out there and the way we've been playing, compete and give ourselves a chance to win. There's no reason why we can't.
Right.
We've competed with Biloxi, one of the best teams in the state. We've competed with Tishomingo County. They're ranked 2 or 3 in most polls throughout the entire state of Mississippi. So if we go out there and play the way we're capable, we'll give ourselves an opportunity to win. Yeah. So looking for that, and then we'll take a couple days off. Christmas will roll around, then we'll go to Memphis and we'll play some teams that have never seen us, never scouted us, and that's when we go up there and we really get to work on some things that we're not able to work on down here because teams scout so well in Mississippi. These teams haven't seen us. We'll be able to go up there and do some things and spend some time together as a team and bond and play a lot of basketball and get ready to come back for,
the second season.
The second season in January.
Yeah, because when we get back, it's fast and furious. When you start January 6th, the day after we come back on that Tuesday, right with Hartfield Academy. Right. You host them, and then you enter district play, and then you go 2J, and then there's a whole slew of games. But the whole month of January is chock full of that conference play before we hit the third season.
Yeah, we come right back and we play Hartfield and Park Place as a team I don't think we've ever played. I know we haven't played them since I've been here, and I don't think they've been in existence much longer than I've been at MRA. So they'll be a new team we're playing. We haven't played Simpson Academy in several years. They're a really tough girls team. We've got to play them twice. Of course, we've got to come back and play Park Lane, JA, Prep, Brookhaven. Yeah. And all that we've already played once, we've got to play them again. Right. Not to mention we have a game with Oak Forest in January, who just beat East Rankin the other day down at Oak Forest. So got a really tough January schedule going into the second season. Again, I've said this before, I think this year's schedule has been the toughest that the MRA girls have ever played, and it's been good for us, and I think we're seeing the benefits of it.
Good. Anything else before we let you go?
Well, I'm looking out the window here, John, and I know that y'all have talked about this, but the building of our athletic facility, the way they're doing that, it's just going to be phenomenal. And I just think in another 6 months we already have the nicest campus. Yeah. Probably in Mississippi, definitely in the MAIS, and this is going to add so much to our athletics, our academics. This is such a nice place, and this building's going to be phenomenal.
Yeah. Hey, Coach, we'll take a journey southward here in the next year and a half. We'll move here from the boardroom and head south to our new boardroom. So, well, Merry Christmas to you. I know we won't probably see you after this break, but Merry Christmas to you and your family, and best of luck to your girls.
Appreciate it.
As you go into Friday and the winter break.
Merry Christmas. You guys get out Friday and Saturday to check out these ball games because they're going to be some good ones.
Good. That's Coach Stephen Forrest joining us for Hey Coach. We'll be back with Coach Kenny White and talk boys soccer.
Gumbo is a quintessential Louisiana dish, right? Our gumbo's just got tremendous flavor. It's about quality. If you skip any part of the process, you'll definitely get called out for it, and we just don't do that. Of course, we have salt and pepper shakers on every table, but rarely do we see someone pick them up. If you're gonna do a gumbo, you better do it the right way.
Your smile. It's how you share your truest feelings, your dreams, yourself with the world. And at the Winning Smile, your smile is our passion. That's why we offer in-house financing options, convenient appointment times, and personalized treatment plans to help keep you healthy and discover your confidence to unleash your best smile. Learn more at thewinningsmile.com.
From small-town courtrooms to the Mississippi Supreme Court, our attorneys have over 60 years' experience litigating cases all across Mississippi. The odds say you'll need an attorney at some point, and when you do, you can have the home field advantage with your hometown lawyers right around the corner from MRA. Gladden and Ingram, attorneys at law.
Welcome back into Hey Coach. New face, new person.
Yeah.
It was Coach Keogh last week. It is now Coach Kenny White, the assistant boys soccer coach. Man, how's it been coaching with John Keogh?
It is definitely a challenge.
I would say entertaining.
And I would say entertaining, very entertaining. Yeah.
Yes. Well, what I want to get into is we talked last week on,
Yeah.
I was at the St. Andrews game.
Yes.
And the resiliency from that varsity boys team of, I guess it's a tale of two halves. And we'll talk about how they bounced back against Manchester. And then we'll talk a little bit about the Hartfield game and how the team is starting to progress, because it's a fairly young team.
It is.
And with you knowing a lot about soccer and seeing that world, what is it about this team this year compared to last year that's like, well, we're doing some really good things with young players?
Right. I think, one, they are young. And there's a good mixture of some older players, too, that are stepping up. The one thing we didn't have last year, in my opinion, is someone just to take the team on their shoulders and lead. And I think we're starting to get a little bit of that with a couple kids like, Luke. Luke has surprised me tremendously, and he has stepped up and taken a leadership role. You got, Ward, Will Ward, and of course Beckett.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And you start looking at those, and I want to mention Luke. We mentioned Luke last week on the show about how he was a goalkeeper. And one of the biggest knocks with goalkeepers going and playing defender is you got to have good feet.
Right.
You got to have good feet. And I'm going back to the St. Andrews game because I was right there on the sideline with him. Seeing him attack and push the ball forward. There was one time I looked at Keogh, I was like, I think he broke his foot. It was so cold that night. But you see those type of guys, you see HA, and you see the older guys mixing very well with the younger guys, especially with Corey Elder coming in and doing some things with their feet that you're like, wow. But then you see them taking, and the more I'm getting into soccer, my son loves soccer. I never played soccer, but I'm starting to learn a little bit more of it, is you can play physical if you don't get caught.
Right.
How was that with teaching a guy to play soccer? So maybe there's some people that are watching like, hey, my kid wants to play soccer. And a lot of times they're telling them like, hey, you can't use your hands. What is it about your hands and body checking?
I always tell people, if you think soccer is not a contact sport, you haven't really watched the game.
Right.
It's very physical. And as long as you don't do the grabbing,
Right.
there's a lot of physical contact, whether it's shoulder, whether it's hips, so yeah. No, the one thing I do enjoy about this team is physicality.
Oh yeah.
They are. There's some guys on this team that athletically they're gifted and they have that mentality of getting stuck in, and just like the St. Andrews game. There was a point there in that game where they decided that, hey, we need to do this.
Yeah. And it was like second half. I heard both you and John talk about if you would have played the first half like you attacked the second half, this wouldn't have been a game.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have been close. Wouldn't have come to the extra time goal that was crazy.
Yeah.
But what I want to also talk about is with a young team, you bounce back and you beat Manchester 4-0. The very next day, so the emotional roller coaster of high school athletes, especially boys, high, then you're low, and you play a tough game, and you got to come back. A team you know you're supposed to beat, and you take care of business.
Right.
What did you see from a growth standpoint from those guys of kind of flushing that loss? Like, hey, we know we were in that game.
Sure.
We let it get away. Let's go take care of business.
I guess the biggest fear coming into a game like Manchester after that game and the intensity is that they're going to not perform.
Right.
You know, they're going to there's going to be a lull. But you know, they did what they were supposed to do. And there's so many times where you play teams like that and you take it for granted.
Right.
And the results don't always happen, and especially in soccer. Soccer, I mean, I've seen it. I've seen some of the worst teams beat the heck out of teams that they shouldn't have beat.
That's right.
So.
And what's interesting, we talked about this last week on the show with Coach Kehoe, was St. Andrews and JA played to a 1-0 game.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go back and you look, when you played JA, it was 4-0. You're like, wow. What? So I guess it turns into a mentality type of thing that starts at practice. Mm-hmm. You go in, I know you weren't there, you had prior obligations, but Hartfield game was 2-1, had a chance to win. Glimpses of that. What I want to get into with you is you've been around soccer forever, director of Rush. Mm-hmm. How does that, for kids that play at a young age, like my son loves it, getting kids involved in soccer at a young age to help them develop for, I guess, for high school and like going beyond and playing on the travel circuit and all that stuff, how beneficial is playing soccer year-round for young kids?
I think it's important. I think it's really important that the stress of not winning, you know, versus, you know, I think if the focus is on making sure that the kids are having fun and they keep wanting to play, what you'll see is a lot of times we'll get kids involved way too early, too competitive too early.
Yeah, I think that's what a lot of sports do.
Yeah.
A lot of youth sports.
Absolutely. I mean, you do the numbers. I saw some study that said that by the time they turn 14, 80% quit.
Wow.
And it's because, and their number one reason was they weren't having fun. And if you're not having fun playing a game, then
That's a big thing, because I think a lot of times, and I'm opening up a can of worms.
Yeah, sure.
With travel baseball, it's the same type of deal. I think travel soccer, you have to massage it in a way of like, we're gonna have fun.
Yeah.
We're gonna be competitive. We're gonna
Right.
go and try. I mean, we're not gonna go and say, hey, if we lose, that's great.
Right.
Because kids want to be competitive. They want to win. As much as coaches and parents say, oh, don't worry about the scoreboard, the kids watch the scoreboard.
Oh yeah. They do want to win. I mean, that's part of it.
Yeah.
But how do you manipulate, as a parent, as a coach,
Right.
where they're enjoying the game?
That's right.
You know.
Well, I think where it's fun for y'all in Rush is you have rec, and then you have cadet. So if you want to get a little bit more, you can travel, and it's in-state.
Right.
In-state tournaments. They're competitive. They have fun. There's levels that you can play on based on your skill level. So there's a tier, and then you have the Premier League,
Right.
where you can, if you want to go to St. Louis, if you want to go to New Mexico, if
Right.
you want to go do those things, you want to go down to IMG in Florida and play down in Bradenton, you can go to those tournaments and be showcased with that. So I think the model of that, and I think that's evaluating your child's skill set.
Right.
It's like, hey, we want to do rec. We like rec. We want to
And
get
there's
involved.
nothing wrong with
and there's
that.
nothing wrong. Hey, we want to go do cadets. We want to do Rush.
Right.
Rec, and now we want to do cadets, get a little bit more training, a little bit more, hey, let's get some extra touches. That's what Kehoe always says. The more touches a kid gets.
Right.
And then, hey, I want to expound and I want to try out for the Premier League and go and do this thing on a high level. So I think that's really important for kids as they grow up, whatever sport it is, that you steer. There's so many travel teams.
Right.
What does that even mean anymore, right? And I know if people are watching this, I'm opening up a can of worms. But I think it's, going back to my whole thing, is it's important for them to play at a young age to where they go and help their high school team. Have you seen some of the guys that have come through, maybe it's JFC or it's Rush or whatever, come through and say, hey, yeah, I remember that kid, and yeah, they're developing like that. Have you seen any of those?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I think every kid will go to the level that they, whether it's high school, they
Right.
want to be the best high school
Right.
soccer player and not
Right.
play college soccer. You know, I think I have seen so many kids develop at different rates. I've seen recreational players end up turn out to be great high school soccer players.
Yeah.
You know,
How important is it for kids to play on their high school team? Because I see a lot of them are like, oh, I'm going to go do this, and I'm not going to play high school. How important is it to play on your house and represent your school?
I think for me, with my 2 kids, you know, I actually had 4 kids, and
Right.
all of them played high school soccer. But it was the one thing that number one, they got recognition.
Yeah. Colton loved it.
Oh, Colton loved it.
I remember him loving high school.
Yeah, Colton loved it. They got recognition. They got the ability to represent their school.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes with the travel programs, you know, all they get recognition from is their parents going, "Yay, Tommy!"
Yeah.
But here, they got friends that come out to the games. They, you know, I think it's something to be a part of.
Yeah, school community.
Yeah, an institution and school.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think representing the Shield, the
Yeah.
MRA,
Yep.
having that logo, not as an identity, but as like, hey, I know the players that are on this team. I sit with them at break.
Yeah.
Rather than little Timmy who's like, hey, man, we got that juice box coming up. We got that high C and we got that Snickers bar.
Yeah,
So,
the orange slice, yeah.
yeah, the orange, yeah.
You know what's really cool is because with our program Rush, all these kids are on different high school teams.
Oh, that's cool.
And they all, you know, they play each other. They're teammates in club, but then they get to high school and they play against each other. And you know,
That's a rarity because you can't do that in basketball. Well, I
Right.
guess you can, but it's different
Yeah.
on these AAU circuits. But football, you can't do that.
Right.
Soccer is unique, and you might play with a guy on a Saturday at a club tournament in Missouri.
Yep.
And then on Tuesday,
You're playing against him.
him. Right. Well, cool. Anything else before I let you go?
No, I think it's a great environment. I love coaching with Keo
Good.
sometimes.
Give me pay you that $20. But I think what's important is a lot of our sports, when you start looking at different high schools, like some are good, some are competitive. Across the board with our school, every team is competitive. And that's testament to coaches like you and Coach John Keogh pouring into these young men and these young women. And you got a girls team that's coming up in February
That's going to be
playing
fun.
a weird season in the spring, so we'll see how that goes.
Interesting, yeah.
Anyway, anything else?
No, that's good.
Good. That's Coach Kenny White joining us today in Hey Coach. Stay tuned for Coach Cofield as we talk a little bit of golf. You play golf?
I don't do it very well, but I
either.
play. I hit a lot of balls, let's just say.
Yeah, I drive the cart.
Yeah.
That's what I do. Stay tuned for Coach Cofield joining us on the show. This is Hey Coach.
At Watkins Construction and Roofing, football is more than just a sport. It's teamwork meets community. And supporting our local teams is just another way we give back. So don't let a leak sneak through your defense. Call the professionals that know how to tackle a leak and protect your home field. Watkins Construction and Roofing. Trust, the beginning of what we build.
Ely's is a proud sponsor of MRA Patriot Athletics. Come try our USDA Prime New York Strip, bone-in filet, New England scallops, or sauteed Gulf crab claws. Ely's also offers an extensive wine list and bar selections. Ely's, upstairs on Jackson Street in Ridgeland. Good luck, Patriots. Boulware Vassar Orthodontics are specialists in creating beautiful smiles for kids and adults with 3 locations in the greater Jackson area. Our orthodontists are experienced, caring, and along with our friendly staff are waiting to align your bite, transform your smile, and boost your self-confidence with multiple treatment options including Invisalign and tooth-colored braces. With 3 offices in Lakeland, Ridgeland, and Clinton, contact Boulware Vassar Orthodontics today.
Dean Architecture, an award-winning architectural firm offering professional services of architecture, planning, and interior design. We are proud to be working with MRA on the new tennis complex and performing arts practice facility. We are excited about our current and completed projects, including the Gluckstadt Police Station, soon to be under construction Hines School of Nursing, Bridle Path, and the Baptist Medical Office Building for Jackson Eye Associates and Mississippi Retina. For leading-edge design and personalized services for your next building project, call Dean Architecture, your architect and proud supporters of MRA Athletics.
And welcome into our third segment of Hey Coach. I'm here with Coach Cofield and former host of, or one-time host of
Correct.
Hey Coach. Now he gets to answer the questions instead of ask the questions. So let's go into golf. I think that's one of the cool things. This program has taken off in the last 3 years. And I think a testament is some of your kids play fall golf now. We're going to get to the complex that was just built for y'all. But what is the importance of playing fall golf for your kids? Going out and playing tournaments and not just making it what it was initially. It was just spring and you go out and knock some balls around and maybe have a team, maybe not have a team, to now it's turned into a program that is consecutive state champions.
Yeah, well, let me first start off by saying this is my third year. I'll be starting my third year here, and I'm just such a privilege to be able to coach these kids and just be a part of this. You know, the MRA kind of challenged Coach Hill 4 or 5 years ago to get this program going again, and he did a phenomenal job with that, of getting that together. So I was able to join the varsity along with Coach Will Dotley, who's been doing it for a few more years, and then our JV, which is Bryson Jones and Harry Day, and also the developmental piece of this. So Coach Hill did it the right way. Got it all the way from the top, from the varsity, JV, all the way down to the developmental. So we got lots of interest that have been coming into this program. So
I thought it was cool that when he started this process of it, was he had a developmental team, and then he had a middle of the road team, and then he had his competitive team. How important is that to know and rank your golfers of like, hey, I know that they're good in this, or hey, I know this level is ready to compete, but this level is not ready to compete. I think going at it that way, instead of like, hey, these are just kids and we're going to go put them out there and then the best go and do it. But there were tryouts. There were, I don't even know what you would call it.
Well, it's just a process.
Playoff to see who would go and compete.
It's just a process that we go through, and we do keep data points. We keep scores. We also so blessed that MRA has given us a practice facility now right down the road. We got a lot of the developmental kids and a few of the JVs that are using that a whole lot now.
Right.
Varsity, we'll get in there from time to time. So neat that we have that. We've got 5 or 6 hitting bays and a nice putting and chipping.
That's one of the coolest chipping and putting areas that I've seen. So this summer when it went up, I was like, Luke, let's go play.
Yeah.
So we did a little round of, I would chip, he would putt, and then flip that around. But then it's also to see the hitting bays that you have to drive and work on your driver and your irons and stuff like that. That's really cool to see that these kids have a place, because there aren't many high schools, if any high schools, that have the convenience of literally driving 3 minutes down the road and having a practice facility.
And so we have portable launch monitors now that we're using with those kids that we can get data from, and we can help them with their golf swings. But the second phase of the complex is that we're going to have a little small enclosed area that we'll be able to move our simulator in there too. So it would only get bigger. So
Merry Christmas.
So absolutely. We're very, very blessed that MRA and the board has helped us with this facility, and it's only going to get better. So, but I want to finish your question you asked earlier. The fall is important. It's not stressful. Matter of fact, I just scheduled in the last 10 Thursdays before Thanksgiving. We actually had we had practices, and I kind of made it mandatory. If they were around, they were not involved in a tournament or something.
Is that down at the chipping and putting green, or is that on the golf course?
We actually did it at Reunion. But and a lot of that was just competition, a little 2-on-2 matches, just to keep that competitive edge going. So we did do that in the fall. Plus, our guys are playing in some fall events on their own too, so to keep that competitive edge going as well.
Yeah, and I like, Kenny White was just on the show, and we talked about how the development, of all of our athletics programs. It's not just football, basketball, baseball. It's all are now competitive. And I think that's a testament to our administration saying, look, we're going to be competitive in every aspect. We're going to give you resources as a coach to go and help these kids be successful. And you can see that with the golf program now of taking the next step. And it's, a reason why you've won 2 in a row. There's a reason that the success is coming because you have the tools to help them be successful. So personal question, when did you start playing golf?
I was 10 years old.
Wow.
Yep.
And when I started playing golf? Never.
Never.
Never. What drew you to golf? What made you love this sport so much?
My stepdad introduced it to me, and I was just like any other kid. I was playing every sport. And when I could get to the golf course, I just fell in love with it. It was a challenge, especially at an early age. And just fell in love with it, and glad I did because it's a lifelong sport. So
it is.
Still playing it. Almost 60 years old now, and I still love going. I'm probably going to go sometime this afternoon since we got some.
Yeah, it's supposed to warm up a little bit.
Going to warm up. Going to be some good weather. So Coach Hill and I are going to hit it. I hadn't even said anything to Coach Jones, but maybe he'll go with us too. So.
I bet he will. I bet if there's a spot open, he'll take you up on that. What about the life lessons that you've learned in playing golf? Is that they always say it's that one shot that keeps you coming back. One shot that keeps you coming. I mean, I probably played golf a handful of times, but you're like, man, I do not like this game. And then you hit that one shot, and that's what brings you back. Have you seen any life lessons from you playing since you were 10 to now of just, hey, this lesson God has put in front of me when I was a player in golf to where I can help a kid that's struggling right now, maybe in a state championship, or I know there was one young lady that you had to go and say, hey, let's flush that hole, let's go to the next one.
Well, I'm glad you said that because that's what I'm going to talk about.
Yeah.
And that is, at a young age, I used to get mad. And
Happy Gilmore mad?
No, I wasn't Happy Gilmore mad, but I would get mad when I'd hit a shot and I didn't handle it very well, and it would carry on to the next 3 or 4 shots, and where it just continued to get bad. So I use Scotty Scheffler right now. He's the best in the world. He is the best. He just got his 4th Player of the Year for the PGA Tour. But if you go watch him play golf, the data shows that when he has a bad hole, he makes a bogey or a double bogey 40% of the time. I think it's 40% of the time he makes birdie on the next hole.
Wow.
Because he can flush it. So I use my experiences of that with our golfers to work with them on that, and that's been a plus that I've been able to share some of those experiences with them and move on. And, there's been a couple of times I've had to just stop them and say, hey, guy, we're about to move on. Are you ready to hit this next shot?
Right.
Or are you going to carry this for the next 3 or 4 shots? Basically, I was looking at myself, saying, don't be a Brent Cofield here.
Right. That's awesome. I think that's a rare trait that some coaches have, that they can pull that out of a kid of like, hey, I've done this.
Right.
I don't need you to replicate what I did. I'm going to help you succeed, whether it be a bad shot or what's the thing? Don't let a team beat you twice. Don't let a shot beat you twice.
That's right.
Same thing. As we kind of finish up, what does the golf team look like this season?
We're very excited about getting going. You did mention earlier we won back-to-back state championships. Very proud of that, but we're not going to change a whole lot. I've already talked to Coach Dotley, and we're going to carry on doing what we've been doing because we feel like it's been working. We've got everybody back but one, and so having everybody back, that's just even more of a positive.
Yeah.
And these guys, like I said, had a great fall just with their own individual tournaments,
Right.
and they've got a drive in them that is second to none. There's a lot of drive there. So Coach Dotley and I, we just got to make sure that we keep our hands on the steering wheel and we continue to motivate them and keep them going in the right direction.
Yeah, I think a lot of times when you look at successful programs like y'all's, success leaves clues. There's not a blueprint for it, but there's success leaves clues, and there's clues that your program has done to reach the level of success it has. I think that other teams on our campus can kind of say, hey, don't just go for the championship right off the bat. There is a developmental stage to it, evaluations, data points that help you get to that point.
That's
so,
right.
Congratulations.
Well, we
to y'all.
got 2 golfers already that I do want to point out. Max Hutchison is a senior this year, and Max has come on in a short amount of time. And he is committed to Gulf Coast Community College, which is a fine golf program on the coast.
February 18th.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then Belt Owens is our junior, one of our juniors, and he's already committed to the University of Southern Mississippi.
Wow.
And
Well, there you go.
they've got a great program going there as well. So super excited about those 2, and hopefully we'll get a few more on this squad that
That's awesome.
that may be able to go to the college level.
That's awesome. Well, as we wrap it up, I do want to do a this or that Christmas edition with you. We normally do this on the podcast, which these episodes are now going to be audio and video for your viewing pleasure and listening pleasure as we enter the break. But we always do a this or that. We're going to do a Christmas edition with you.
All right.
All right? You like to give a present or receive a present?
Give.
Like eggnog or hot cocoa?
Hot cocoa.
Yeah, same. I had some this morning. Somebody brought Mr. Land and I some hot cocoa. Do you want some? Absolutely. Hot cocoa all day.
I've already had a cup.
All right. Christmas tree. White lights or colored lights?
White.
White lights. He is very direct with his answers. I like it. Snowman, Santa Claus. Do you like snowman? A snowman? Say one of those blow ups you put in your yard.
I'm not going to go with Santa Claus because that may be what everybody. I'm going to go with Snowman.
There you go.
I love the Frosty the Snowman show that started 50 or 60 years ago.
With the corncob pipe, and
Yeah.
the button nose, and
Yeah.
2 eyes made of coal. Wrapping paper or gift bags? Do you wrap gifts?
Not much. My
much.
wife does most of that.
So if
but
it's
I
you,
do
it's-
like wrapping paper.
Okay, not a gift bag.
I'd like to get a present with wrapping paper on it.
Got it. Stocking, when you were a kid, go back to this. Did you like the things that were in your stocking, or did you like to open a present?
Present.
Oh, nice. In singing the songs that go with Christmas, is it Silent Night or Jingle Bells?
Oh, Silent Night.
Okay. Real tree or fake tree?
Real.
I knew it. I knew
Real.
it. Alan, I knew he was going to be a real tree guy. Knew he was going to be a real tree. Okay. I'm going to give you 2 movies. If it changes, you can give your favorite one. But Home Alone or the movie Elf?
Elf.
Nice.
Elf. You gotta love Buddy.
Buddy the Elf. Buddy, I hope you find your dad. Anyway, so I guess that goes. You like Christmas movie or Christmas music?
Well, I'm gonna change that because I love Christmas music.
Yeah, I just asked you about what show, but
Yeah.
you like Christmas music?
Christmas
Alabama?
music.
Do you like Alabama
Absolutely,
Christmas? I think
yes.
that was playing through the speakers of the school one day, and I was like, man, I really love Alabama Christmas.
Christmas and Dixie's what you're talking about.
Yeah, Christmas and Dixie. Alan, Christmas music fan? Are you? Awesome, he is. All right, that was fun. Thanks for doing that with me.
Okay.
As we head into the holiday season, I want to thank Coach Force, Coach Kenny White, and Coach Brent Cofield for joining us on the show. This is the last show we will do before we come back. The next show will be on January 8th, after we get back from 2025. So Happy New Year and a Merry Christmas to all you Patriot fans. Thank you to Alan so much this season, from football to basketball to junior high football, you name it, with the Patriot Sports Network. Thank you to him and his staff for always bringing the best content to your TV or streaming device, watching Patriot Athletics. So a Merry Christmas to them and a Merry Christmas to you and your family as we head into the new year. This has been Hey Coach.